Yo. Yeah, we live. Yo, we live, folks. We live. Yes. Episode 5?
Episode 5.
Man, we still here. Jeez. We still here, gang. We still here.
We ain't been cancelled yet.
Right?
This time.
We ain't been replaced it. You know when they do them shows where they just replace it?
Yeah, no, we still here, man. Original OGs.
That's not us. That's us.
So, obviously, we got a phenomenal guest today.
Oof.
No.
Tell him.
First time I saw her play was about a year ago. Open mic, Nice and Sleazy.
Hey.
She also books events at Nice and Sleazy.
Oh.
Okay, yeah. Plays with a band called Kairisu. I'm Modernistica. Yeah.
She about that.
Yeah, she like that, man. Okay. She like that. And she's also playing tomorrow at the M4 Festival.
Hey,
yo, folks, make some noise for Gaia.
And the crowd goes wild.
Yeah.
Also, FYI for all you Jamaicans, Vibes Cartel is free.
The boss is up.
I'm gassed. I don't think you understand. As a Jamaican right now, it's the best thing ever. The best thing ever. But yeah, now guys, it's about you today, but just know the world boss.
The boss is up. Yeah. I don't really follow him, to be fair. Like, do you follow his music?
Sorry.
Vibes can't tell.
A little bit, yeah.
Tiny bit.
A little bit.
I probably know his tracks, but I couldn't tell you one of his tracks.
Oh no, but I see him pop up on my Instagram all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, whenever I'm
gonna have
in a
to
doom
put
scroll.
Y'all
I know.
on some real stuff, yeah. Because now that he's free, yes sir, I can play his music again.
Was it the only thing holding you back?
Yeah.
Nah. Yeah, because he's in jail, right? He's in jail. Skip.
Nah. I was playing it all the way through. So yeah, now man.
Yeah, Drake
holding it down for
happy.
him, you know.
Holding it down 100%.
Yeah, Drake seems mad happy. Is that like his guy?
Drake was happy that Vibes Cartel's out.
Yeah,
you know why Drake is happy? Because now he thinks everyone's gonna forget about what Kendrick did to him.
Ain't nobody forgetting it.
Oh, that boy got some dirty work done to him. Oh. He got dragged through the mud.
One day
you know what? That was one of the most exciting weeks of this year for me.
Really?
Oh my god, I loved it. Are you joking?
Really?
Especially if you had friends who were Drake fans. Ooh.
See, I didn't have any friends that
was like,
really.
Like every day was just like someone waiting to pop off. I swear to God.
Really?
So
God.
like it was on verges of like people actually not becoming my friend anymore. Like it was peak. It was deep.
I just was like so excited constantly. Like I remember waking up and being like, oh my god, Kendrick's dropped. Like I was like on the edge of my seat for a whole week, like waiting for responses. It was amazing.
I think this is the fastest Kendrick's ever put music out.
Oh yeah, he blessed us.
Oh,
thank you, Drake.
He dropped a whole EP.
On that man just because he could, you know,
like.
And I think I think there's still more in the chamber. Like that was not. Oh come on! This guy has proved how calculated he's been. It's actually quite scary. I was like, yo, Kendrick.
No lie though, when I saw those like clips of the gig he did, where was it? It was in LA after
the Kid on Friends thing.
Yeah,
and they repeat pop 5 times.
5 times. Then
DeMar DeRozan, Russell Westbrook, LeBron.
Drake needs to retire. Yeah. Like, brother had Crips and Bloods on stage.
Kendrick ended it.
Being friends.
Yeah, Kendrick was like, yeah, bro, Drake, you don't want this. It was
literally.
When I seen LeBron, I was like, yo, is that not Drake's homie?
Yeah,
he was vibing out. I was
not
anymore.
Wasn't y'all like, nah, bro, yeah, everybody was there.
Listen, J. Cole knew when to drop out, and he did the best thing for himself.
Schoolboy Q told J. Cole, "This is not your fight.
Respectfully back up.
This is real hate right now. Kendrick and you are still cool. This is not your fight. Respectfully, back up.
Just know when you're outclassed. Do you know what I mean? You need to know. You need to know to pick your fight.
Nah, just know when this is not your fight. That's it. This is not your battle. Step away, my boy. This ain't for you.
Yeah, I think J. Cole's probably one of the only ones who can go toe to toe with Kendrick.
That's what I was thinking as well.
But like you're saying, it was one of those ones he realized like, yo, this ain't just like a rap feud. This is like
hate.
This is real life hate. This is real life hate.
I don't need to be a part of that.
People were hitting under the belt.
But also
low key, knees. I feel like you kind of needed that. I don't know. I feel like
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like rap was missing that for
yeah.
Like even
I was
to
like,
this day,
you're not releasing that since like Biggie and Tupac.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like proper. Like I'm coming for you.
That's what I said.
Someone might die.
Like, yeah, honestly, like
that's bro. What Drake's house got shot up like the week after.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know, I don't know. Long live hip hop.
I was saying that. I was like, the last time I felt this much hate was Who Shot You.
Yeah, for real.
The last time I felt like, yo, he really like in
it
his soul of. Oh yeah. He's been wanting this. He's been.
Ready.
Yeah. He's been waiting for him to jump.
Bro, who shot you? Okay, cool. Yeah. But what was the Tupac response? What was the Tupac track back?
First off, the clip you right, west side.
I think that one was worse.
You right,
I think that one was worse because apparently
Tupac wasn't lying.
No. Apparently Biggie said he didn't write that for Tupac. It was just a song he wrote before.
Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that.
Right, okay.
So Tupac had the beef with Biggie.
What he wrote for Biggie though.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah.
He was like, yo, this is for you.
Yeah.
But I think there was a lot of people in Tupac's ear like, yo, you need to, especially Suge, bro. Suge in your corner. That's a...
He's like, he's come for you.
Suge's always on smoke, bro.
Yeah.
Suge ain't ducking no smoke. That man, he's literally serving life because he don't know when to just walk away. Literally.
Have you seen that video of him in the club and he's dancing with a girl where he's like choking her out?
Yeah, Suge has no chill. Relax. Suge is like, Suge Knight is a special.
He's a special kind of man.
Special individual.
Yeah.
Enough about these West Coast.
Yeah, that's what we'll leave it at.
Let's talk about
what's like. What's your kind of upbringing with hip hop? Like, where did it start for you?
See, I feel like it came kind of later for me. I grew up, so my dad's white, my mom's black, and she's from the U.S. She's from the East Coast, and
the East Coast?
Brought me up on a lot of like soul music, a lot of soul music, a lot of even like disco, like
whereabouts
all early.
In the East Coast?
So my mom grew up in DC. She's from Iowa, but grew up in DC, and Washington D.C. on the East Coast. What do you mean?
It's alright.
We gonna call that East. We gonna call that like kind of mid. I don't know, the middle.
No.
I think the Americans should know.
No. Do you want me to get you a map?
I think
you could.
Are you thinking of Washington State?
You could. Let me get some more.
It's alright. We'll cut that out. We'll edit it
out. Don't edit that out. Let me get humble. Don't edit that out. Let me get humble.
But no, so she was like my first like introduction, because my dad doesn't really listen to music, but she was my first like real introduction to music. Like the first gig she took me to was like to see Earth, Wind and Fire when I was like, which like I didn't realize how much of a flex that was until I was like much older.
Yeah, no, that's a big flex. The elements.
It was unreal. I remember like every part of that thing. Like
the elements known.
No, for real.
As Earth, Wind, Fire.
I still dream about it. Yeah. So.
But do you remember?
Yeah, I do. Like it was this like little jazz festival that was happening. Damn! I can't believe I missed that.
I should have said, "Do you remember?"
Yeah, exactly.
Was that? Sorry. I'm not gonna lie. We both missed over your heads.
I was like, of course I do.
I was thinking, but she just was talking about how much she remembered it. Like,
it's alright.
I said, "Do you remember?" I was like,
"What?"
That went over both our heads.
I know.
That's
and
horrible.
Yeah, I feel. I can't believe you missed that. Yeah, so she brought me up onto all of that, but then it wasn't really until I was a bit older that I kind of started like delving into music, because I grew up in Germany, so very, very white spaces. Even the schools I went to, like I was kind of the only black person in my year, and I kind of felt like music was, especially listening to black music, was kind of how I was like kind of trying to connect with my identity, and that's kind of when I naturally delved into like hip hop and R&B and all of that stuff, and just like fell in love with, especially like 90s hip hop and R&B is really, really my home. Sure. And yeah, that kind of continued when I came to Scotland, where I like just listened to so much music, as much as I could. Finally like got my own Spotify like subscription. I remember that was like my first big thing. So all of a sudden I could like didn't have to like bootleg music off of YouTube anymore. I could like actually stream music. And yeah, so, and that's kind of always discovered. And jazz didn't come until a lot later. Jazz was always like, I'm so embarrassed to admit this, but like was a genre that I would like tell people I listen. You know, when people ask me like, oh, what kind of music do you listen to? I'd be like, oh yeah, like hip hop and jazz.
You was a fraud.
Yeah.
Do you think I was really listening to jazz? Come on, we all lying. Oh, fraud.
Yeah, we all do it.
I have never frauded about listening to a genre of music.
Really?
This guy.
I grew up playing in a jazz band.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know.
But is it just jazz though? Like,
bro, I played in a big band, bro.
You've
like,
never told
like
someone.
big band jazz, sick.
Like, bro, I play guitar in a big band, and like when it comes to the hearings, I know how a sax is supposed to sound. I know how a piano is supposed to sound. Like, bro, I played in. Nah, bro, like what?
No, I was
It's disgusting.
Fully, I know, I was fully lying. I was like, it was one of those things that it was like to make myself so more interesting. Because I'm so embarrassed.
It's something like you're kind of interested in it, but you never actually sat down.
Yeah, I didn't know jazz, and that wasn't until like I came to Glasgow and started singing jazz that I like had to learn it. So I kind of learned it like the opposite way. I like the jazz scene in Glasgow is unbelievably talented.
Yeah,
like
I ain't gonna lie, they have some got some good players.
Oh my god, yeah. And so I kind of that was because I wasn't really singing before I moved to Glasgow, so that was like 3 years ago, and then met a bunch of jazzers from the scene, like Liam Shorthall from Quarter Alto, like Mateus and all these people, and they invited me to start playing at their night in the Rum Shack, which is called Glitch 41. And that was my first time stepping on stage, and I was like, this is like this kind of like UK jazz, so many like influences from like R&B. I was like, I could understand it because it was so influenced by like R&B and hip hop and Afrobeat, and it's just like such a cool genre that and then all of a sudden I was just a jazz singer for like a couple years without actually listening to it. But
it's
now
kind of
I
the
do.
birth of like a lot of different genres. Like, like jazz kind of birthed a lot of different genres that are popular today.
Well, you see it's influenced everything. It's, you know, when people say like black music is like the heart of music, that's what I really believe, like that's what it means. Like jazz is, I don't know, like obviously, you know, there's so many different genres within jazz and so many different ways to play it. And as someone who like didn't go to RCS or can't read music or can't do any, like I play an instrument really terribly, but really learned just from my ear. It's really one of the most like freeing forms of music because it really comes from like your heart and your soul. For like and which means that it's like super, which like almost feels like counterproductive because I think jazz seems like really inaccessible, which I think it can be, but because it's so soulful, it is actually really accessible, but you just kind of almost need to like switch on to it a little bit.
So what do you mean by inaccessible?
I feel like, and I think that's also why I never listened to jazz, was because I didn't really know when I was younger, I listen to jazz now, but I didn't really understand it.
Right.
I had this view of jazz being like quite super posh and like complicated and like inaccessible. It was like, you know what I mean, like four white guys in like tuxedos like playing like bebop. But
double bass.
Then joining the scene and like actually gigging in it, and I was like, okay, like jazz is so many things. And then you start to understand like why so many samples like in hip hop and R&B like come from jazz, and how it's like birthed R&B, how it birthed all these things. And so it was, I think for me, the best way to learn how to like find my feet as a musician, or find my feet as just as a music listener as well, to be honest.
I definitely get that, because I feel like sometimes, like even for me, like jazz feels like intimidating, like not in a bad way, but it just feels like it's super hard to make. It's just super hard to like just get into, because I've been like approached a few times to like do kind of jazz gigs where I just kind of jump on and there's a live band playing and I just kind of rap over it, but I'm just,
you need to do it.
Do it, bro.
I'm a bit scared.
Do it, bro.
I'm just kind of like, I don't know.
I feel like that's one of the things that I think, I feel like that's one of the things that I think, I feel like that's one of the things that I think, I feel like that's one of the things that I think, I feel like that's one of the things that I think, I feel like that's one of the things that I think, I feel like that's one of the things that I think, I feel like that's one of the things that I think, I feel like that's one of the things that I think, I feel like that's one of the things that I think, I feel like that's one of the things that I think, I feel like that's one of the things that I think, I feel like that's one of the things that I think, I feel like that's one of the things that I think, I feel like that's one of the things that I think, I feel like that's one of the things that I think, I feel like that's one of the things that I think, I feel like that's one of the things that I think, I feel like that's one of the things that I think, I feel like that's one of the things that I think, I feel like that's one of the things that I think, I feel like that's one of the things that I think, I feel like that's one of the things that I think, I feel like that's one of the things that I think, I feel like that's one of the things that I think, I feel like that's one of the things that I think, I feel like that's one of the is missing here is there needs to be more cross-pollination between scenes. Yep. And I think what?
Sorry.
Chill out.
No,
chill out. That's this guy's like slogan.
I've been having this sorry.
Oh yeah.
Don't get him
real.
started.
For real. But to be honest, like that's I think why I feel so comfortable within the Glasgow music scene, not just within the jazz scene, is because like I've never been too proud to do anything in a sense. So like I, especially like booking at Sleazy's, like my day to day is like noise rock and hardcore shows and a lot of punk and indie stuff, and like getting to know a lot of people in that scene, but then, you know, doing some jazz gigs, but then also like dipping my toes into like some of the hip hop and like R&B stuff. And it was just so crazy to me that all of these things aren't feeding into each other, because at these like I like Glitch 41 and stuff like that, we're playing Kendrick and we're playing all of these songs that need rappers and that need like different people to come through. Which is why like I love playing with Modernistic so much. Like I get to play with my brother Ace, who's
big up Ace, man.
Oh my god, like hands down one of the most talented people I like have ever had the honor to like sing with. Like absolute poet.
I said to him, like, to his face, I was like, yo, you're probably the best lyricist I've heard in Scotland.
Oh, he just has something. He has just got something. Yeah, he's just got something different. It's I don't know, and I guess it comes from the soul. It's like poetry. So and he plays with us on this jazz in this like proper jazzy band, you know, and it sounds incredible. So you should definitely do it. Like I literally couldn't recommend it more.
We're gonna start a petition to get Pac playing live jazz shows with him rapping.
Also, just like hip hop sounds so good with a full band.
Music with a whole band is different.
Just anything, just anything. Even
music,
if you listen like Taylor Swift.
But bro,
full band.
It's a whole energy exchange
for sure.
And it's not perfect as well. It's like it's natural.
The
it's
drummer
organic.
and the bass have to lock in, and once they're locked in, then the rhythm section, like everything is dancing together, and the music is playing music within itself. Like that's how I've always experienced and known live music. Like the music has to make music, because if the drums and the bass is out and they haven't locked in the groove properly, it sounds weird. But once they've locked in, and then the rhythm guitar just finds that right pocket to ride on, and then the vocalist on top, like it's
nothing better,
bro. The best hip hop shows I've seen. No, it's true, bro. The best hip hop shows I've seen have an element of live music. You know, like I'm trying to think. Like I saw De La Soul here last year when they came. And saw Unicorn, saw Mos Def as well. That was crazy. But they had a live band and it sounded so full, and it sounds like how the tracks sound because they're recorded with full bands. You know, I think there's only so much like a backing track can do for you. Even in terms of like, you're right, like the energy exchange and kind of like the energy you bring to the stage and how the audience like get to perceive it as well. Like there just is something a bit different about having a full band that I love about jazz so much. You know,
pick up jazz.
Yeah, man.
Pick up jazz. I need to dip my toe, because I honestly like I don't even think I really have properly delved into jazz apart from Kendrick, because Kendrick's tracks, his earlier tracks especially, he samples a lot of jazz. So that's
Section 80 is crazy.
Don't get me started, bro. Don't get me started, but yeah, that's sick.
Untitled as well, one of the best.
Untitled remaster. Oh yeah. That is just free flow.
It's so free good.
Flow. Bro, we can take it.
Bro, come to Glitch, man. Next time in
I've never been to Glitch. So.
Come to Glitch 41.
Yeah. We should both go, man.
So it's great. They're always looking for new people. Always.
Okay.
It's like such a cool open stage.
Okay, hit me up.
Yeah, I will.
So Nushi used to play with them, doesn't she?
She still does. Well, she's away at the moment.
Yeah, she's playing with my people.
With Kokoroko.
Yep.
So she's just
Jesus.
Kokoroko. So this is my crazy flex. you know, the new wave sound of jazz that's being brought in UK by Nubia Garcia, Theon Cross, Coco Roco. All of us played in a band together.
Shut the fuck up. Sorry.
Ezra Collective. Femi from Ezra Collective.
Yeah, no way.
Theon Cross.
No way.
Sheila Maurice Gray. Ruben Fox. Nubia Garcia. All of us.
Love all of those people.
So all of us brought the whole new wave of jazz sound in UK is literally being brought forward by my friends, and I love it so much. When people are like, oh yeah, I know the person, I'm like,
that's so
in my head I'm like, man, we've been rocking together since they were yay high.
Yeah,
what do you mean? Like,
that's so cool.
Those my people, like the Mark Kavuma and the Banging Factory.
Yeah,
all of us. Like, that's
amazing.
We literally grew up together playing music together.
That is so sick.
So when I say like I know jazz, I know jazz.
Yeah.
Like the whole sound.
That's such an exciting like genre. Like that UK jazz sound is like booming at the moment. It's really, really cool to see.
Yeah. There's this girl from down south, Green Tea Peng.
Oh yeah, Green Tea Peng.
Green Tea, she's cool.
I think that's
she's been about for a while. Her.
Yeah.
For a minute.
But yeah, she's really sick. Really, really sick.
Yeah, my cousin kind of vaguely knows her type thing. I think we went to some event a few years ago, but that's the only person in the UK kind of jazz scene that I know.
There's so many.
And I'm more invested in it because I've known these guys.
Yeah.
And like we spent summer schools together, like just playing music, and I've seen them like
grow and develop.
For me, it's like it's bigger because it's like I'm like, man, y'all been dope since then. Y'all still dope now. It's like for me, it's like I love seeing when everyone is excited about my friends. I get more excited with people knowing my friends than people knowing me. So I'm like, I'm like a fan.
Yeah, as you should. You gotta hype up your friends, man.
Super gas, like super gas. So yeah, man.
It's not as big as like it's not that mainstream though.
What? No, it is, bro.
Is it? Am I just missing?
In the UK, like there's been it's kind of exploded. I mean, Ezra literally won a Mercury Prize last year.
Ezra Collective won a Mercury Prize last year.
Quarter Alto are nominated for a Mercury Prize this year. So like
it's big. Like the UK jazz scene is crazy big, bro.
Yeah, it's been like it's really at the moment like really, really centralized in London.
Right.
So like you're not seeing that much of it in Scotland, but even like the Scottish jazz scene is really exciting at the moment as well. Like you've got a lot of really cool projects coming out, like Quarto, like bands like Azamaya, Aritsugi.
Is that with India Blue?
Yeah.
India Blue's a phenomenal
She's unreal.
singer. Oh my god.
Unreal, that girl.
Her vocals.
Yeah, man,
that whole band's amazing. Yeah.
Nah, bro, her vocals. The first time I heard her sing, it was the night y'all had Sleazy's. And I heard her sing. I was like, I got goosebumps. And I was with my friend.
She's great.
And
she like has all these pedals as well that she messes with her vocal. It's really, really sick.
I felt like when she sung, that was the first time in Glasgow I felt, yo, this is the music I am used to. First time ever.
Where's she from? Is she Scottish?
She's from London, actually.
Yeah,
she's from London.
That's why I heard it and I was like, home. Like I felt.
She's from London, moved up to Glasgow, but
she's based up here.
She's based up here, but Azamaya are doing some really cool stuff. This band called Aritsugi as well, that just released their first, like I think their debut album, I want to say, are amazing. Someone to follow is Rebecca Vassmont. So she runs a label, and it's kind of like the only like jazz label in Glasgow. And most of these releases have happened through her.
Through her label, yeah.
So yeah, it's just you got to tap in, man. It's really exciting. It's really, really exciting. It's been kind of cool this year, especially for Scottish jazz, like to see it kind of boom.
Blossom, yeah.
Yeah, and you got like boys like Kai Rizu as well that have just been around for ages and are like the best like groove jazz hip hop band ever.
Just gotta tap in, my boy. I'm telling you. Like, what was it? 2-3 Sundays ago? I was walking by the box, and I heard, because I know that they were having I didn't know they were having an open mic.
Oh yeah.
It was after Crep City actually. I'm walking by the box, bro. I heard a bass line that was so.
That's probably gonna be Luca Pisanu.
Italian guy? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was him. Bro, that bass, I heard that bass play, and I'm like, whoever's playing this bass knows how to play a bass. Bro, I walked in and I was there for the whole night. I told him, hey man, I only came here because I heard you on that bass line, bro. You know how to make this do his thing, bro.
So he plays in chord alto as well.
Yeah, see? Crazy.
Crazy talented.
Bro.
Amazing guitarist as well. Like, so good. So good.
Bro.
Yeah, he's something else.
Yeah, nah. See, when it comes to live music, I'm a snob. And the reason I'm a snob is because I've spent so much time being around really good live music. And like being around like phenomenal players and like listening to phenomenal music.
Yeah.
So like when someone plays, I can hear, oh, you and your instrument have like there's a connection there. If it ain't there, like it's like, okay, cool, you can play. But you can't play. Like you can play as in like technically cool, like, you know what to do.
There's learning how to play, then there's knowing how to play.
You ain't locked in like that. You're aware of what you're doing, like, oh, you know scales, you know the key, you know how to move around, but like you ain't like you can't make the music move to make people move. You just made the music move because this is how it's supposed to move. Yeah, bro. So like when I heard him do that though, whoo,
I think jazz is good for that. Like just kind of what you're saying there, like it's more than learning how to play an instrument. It's knowing how to make that groove, that vibe exist. I think jazz is a lot of that. It's like it's making the instrument feel something, if that makes sense. Like the instrument needs to feel something.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think especially like on a like a vocalist side, like my idols are people like Etta James, you know, who like, I don't want to call it ugly singing because I think it's the most beautiful stuff, but it's like, do you know what I mean? That in your but it's like soul. It's not like technically anything crazy, but it's so powerful. So powerful. And the choices she makes and the way that she like enunciates and all these things, it's like unbelievable. And so I feel like that's also why I was able to even start doing jazz. Was I wasn't necessarily technically the best singer, and it was something I like worked on, but I think I don't know, I understood the music. It like spoke to me, and I just don't know, like that's why I continue to do it. So I think there's definitely an element of that, like, and I think you need that element everywhere. It's not necessarily about like being able to rip the coolest bass lines. It's about like communicating a feeling, you know, which I think is all. I mean, obviously being really talented definitely helps, but talent can only take you so far. I think.
I feel like you gotta, especially when it comes to music, it's such a fellowship, and when you fellowship with other musicians, that exchange creates another exchange. So that energy, the crowd feels the energy. That's why you could go to like certain concerts, and you can see like an act and be inside, man, you're supposed to be so big, but you like there's nothing happening. And you see the opening act. I used to work at a jazz cafe in London.
Sick, yeah.
And I've seen opening acts come on stage, and like silence. Like the you should have been
the headline.
No, bro. I mean, like silence the whole. Like the first time I saw Liam Bridges play was at Jazz Cafe, and I thought Liam Bridges was the opening act because of how phenomenal he was. They're like, nah, I thought he was the open. I didn't think he was the headline. And they're like, oh no. And then I'm like, yo, that's Liam Bridges. I was like, what? And I was like, brother, you are crazy. And he came with. I was like, yo, this man had the whole of Jazz Cafe moving. So like I've seen opening acts come on stage and just like killed it, and I'm like, that's a great performer.
So see with that, like on top of what you were saying, like it's more than the talent. So in that scenario, do you think, because of course the opening act is hungry for it, they're coming like, I've got something to prove. I'm trying to make everyone here feel that I should be, you know, the future headline act. Whereas the headline act sometimes is just like, yo, I'm on tour. This is stop number 30. I'm just going to do my thing. So with that being said, do you think, you know, certain artists, when they get bigger, they just lose that kind of feeling for it?
I don't know. I've seen Roy Ayers play many times, and that man kills it every time. Every time he killed it.
Yeah, I wouldn't say if you're a good artist.
If you're a good artist, you're like you want to like. I feel like part of your job as an artist, or scrap that. Part of your job as a creative and someone who creates is to create, is to inspire. So if you're gonna go on stage in front of somebody, I feel like you are supposed to inspire that person to either look to you and be like, yo man, like I want to do this, I want to create, or be like, yo, this moved me in a way that I'm like, yo, I didn't know this could move me. So like I feel like every creation should impart something to somebody. I feel like if you don't do that, then you're not really a creator, you're just a copy. You just like, it's like, you know, when like the Mona Lisa, it moves people, but a fake like copy of the Mona Lisa won't have the same impact as the Mona Lisa. So it's that kind of effect. It's like, oh, the real thing kind of moves you because the person who created it, when they were creating it, they imparted, this is my creation, while someone who's copying it and doing a fake of it, it's like, I'm just copying the technical aspect of it. So for me, if you're a creator, no matter what you create, whether that's food, music, content, like you should be able to impart something to the person who's seen the creation. That's how I look at art in general as a whole. Like if I'm going to create something, I want it to feel something. I want people to be like, yo, I remember the first time I heard this, or I remember the first time I saw this, or I remember the first time I saw, you know what I'm saying? Like I want them to feel and be like, yo, that's beauty. You know what I'm saying? Like anything else for me, it's like, why you might have don't do it, like
you might as well just
like it's all good.
Just be a fan, be a fan, bro.
Just be a fan. Like and it's
get
cool.
off that stage. Just be a fan.
And it's cool to be a fan. Like it's cool to be a fan. Everyone like it's
we
cool
need fans.
Fan. Yeah, because you want people.
If you're a musician and you don't have fans, then what's the point? But we need listeners to appreciate the art that we make for 100%. It to be meaningful. But with that, so you sing live, but do you also make your own music? Are you also in the process? Yeah.
So that's why tomorrow is quite exciting. Because I've never performed any of my own music before.
This is your own music tomorrow. Hey.
You heard it here first.
Lord.
Get your ASS.
Exclusive.
Get your ASS
exclusive
down tomorrow. Here's some exclusive music.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna be there to see. I'm tight now.
Right. Yeah, I know, but no,
I'll FaceTime you.
I won't pick up.
You know those people that go to a show and they FaceTime someone.
Oh, I love that. I think that's so cute.
I promise you, I won't pick up.
It's a real friend.
Cause you do that, I'm just gonna be like, man, look at the hoop. Look at where I'm gonna show you all the hooping shit I'm doing. I'm like, bro,
hey, we'll share the experience. I'm trying to see where you're at as well, but that's sick. So
dope. So I've been it's interesting because so obviously I kind of only started doing music when I moved here, which was 3 years ago, and I kind of didn't take it very seriously. I loved doing it, but it wasn't ever really something I thought would become anything. So I was just gigging, joining other people's bands, singing for other people, and I was super happy doing that. And then I don't know, this year kind of got the itch where I was like, okay, I want to start writing.
It's time.
I've got enough experience now, I think, of how I want to sound and how I want my music to sound. So I got together. I'm again very blessed to be surrounded by very talented people, and just did some writing sessions with some friends. One of them especially, Ross Taylor, really talented keyboard player. We would just sit in his house and write for hours and hours, and then just been workshopping them a lot. And now I've got basically my first set that I'm doing tomorrow. I'm so gassed.
That's major. It's a good place. A good place to.
It's a good place to start out.
Festival.
I know. So I'm gonna be joined. It's gonna be acoustic, quite set back. Joined with my pal James Mackay on guitar, who's an insanely good guitarist. And we did our final rehearsal 2 days ago, and it's sounding good.
Nice.
Good.
I'm with that, man.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna be there, but I know I know the show gonna be lit, man.
I hope so. Yeah. I don't want to give too much away, but I'm very proud of it. It's very intimate. It's very me, and it's R&B, neo soul, jazz and just
that's what I was gonna
ask.
Y'all
better be there tomorrow.
The vibe
you gotta find out tomorrow.
Be there to be able to be
the
there
vibe
tomorrow.
is the vibe is just me. I don't know. Like some of the songs are maybe closer to like maybe like straight neo soul. Some of them are more experimental, more like spiritually jazz vibes. And yeah, some of them are a bit more soulful, and I'm so aghast. I'm like really just can't wait to just like give it away to people now. And so that's me, man. So it'll be good.
So does that mean you're like gearing up for a single release? Then is that what you're trying to say?
I think so.
Is that what you're trying to say?
Maybe.
Got some on the horizon.
Exclusive.
Some on the horizon.
Exclusive info.
I think the plan at the moment is not necessarily to release anything yet. I think that won't be until next year, but I'm thinking of I want to do some live sessions, because I think I'm so used to singing live. I've never really like I've done a lot of studio time for other people, like backing vocals, so I'm so comfortable doing that. And we did our first single with Modernistic a couple months ago, so that's cool. But I don't know, I'd love to just do some more collaborative stuff, and maybe do some live sessions, and get those filmed and things like that, rather than just focusing on releasing a single or an EP or whatever. I kind of just want to be a bit more creative for a bit longer, and then I feel like I'll like have all the tools to then be like, okay, now I'm ready to like release something proper.
You can release and still be creative.
I think you can. You know what, like what I've really loved about my artist journey is I've taken my time, and I've really like tried, because I get it. Like I have a lot of respect for people who, you know, there's a grind, there's like a way to do it. You release, you hype it up, and you release another single and all these things. And it's kind of, because all of this stuff has come really unexpectedly, I really just want to like embrace it and enjoy the moment with it. And not necessarily like spoil it by stressing myself out with deadlines and having to release things. I want to keep it really sacred because I love it so much. So at the moment, like this BEM show, like obviously tomorrow's coming up and I'm so excited. And then after that, I don't know, recalibrate, see where I'm at, see what I want to do, and like really take my time. Because I feel like that's also why I've been able to come up with good stuff, is because people have been asking me to like write music for years now, and I like wasn't ready. I wasn't ready, and now I am, and this amazing opportunity has come up to like do this festival, which probably wouldn't have come up last year. So I'm very big, and like it'll come when it comes, and it'll come in the best way for me when it does.
Definitely.
But there'll be a single at some point. Don't worry.
Cool. I'm not. See, my thing is this, and this is my one advice to a lot of artists, especially if you are upcoming. And I always say this, especially when I'm working with artists. They're like, "Oh, I got this deadline." I'm like, "Who is waiting on you?"
Yeah.
Like, really, who's waiting on you?
For real.
You ain't got no label. I've had to work to label deadlines. You don't have a label behind you. The people who waiting, if they waiting on something, you got stuff out, tell them to run that up. Let them run that up till the new stuff comes. So
yeah, exactly. I
always find it interesting where artists who haven't got like a label backing and it's just them, like stress themselves out, because I'm like, you stressing yourself out for no reason. The only person who's put this deadline on yourself is you. There's nobody funding this but you. There's nobody telling you got to do this by this time. You're putting yourself in this position saying, I need to do this by this time, by this time, by this time.
Yeah.
One thing I don't do is rush music. Like,
no, totally.
I feel like the best version of anything is gonna come out in the time it's supposed to come out. So you
like a feeling,
endeavor to create the best version, or create a space where the best version of that thing can come out. And then once it's finished and you release it, it's gonna be the best it can be at that time. Then you can look back and be like, okay, cool. You know, for the next one I want to try this. I want to try this. That's different. But like anytime artists like put deadline on themselves, I'm like, oh, my next question is like, you got a label? No. So why you? Oh, because you know that you're not even feeding the algorithm right.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people, when they release stuff, they definitely don't feed the algorithm right for it to be like, okay, I have this deadline. You're not even feeding the algorithm right. So if you're not even going to feed the algorithm right, bro, there's no point in you just like putting a deadline. Just like, I'm going to release this. I'm going to have at least this many songs in the back. I'm going to release this. see what happens, release that, see what happens. If you're gonna feed the algorithm right, you need to actually release every 8 to 12 weeks to actually feed the algorithm right.
And that's the thing. I think I just didn't want to deal with any of that.
Yes.
Or I don't at the moment. Like, it's such a sacred thing to me right now, and it's like giving me so much joy and healing. And what I'm doing, I think it's with music. I don't know, like, I've never had any crazy aspirations with it. I want it to be my thing. And if, like, okay, one day I'm like, okay, this is what I want to do, and I'm gonna headline Wembley, like, I'll make it happen for myself. But at the moment, I'm really enjoying the journey I've been on, you know, of getting to play with so many ensembles and be in music and live and breathe music so much, like, day to day, that I'm comfortable with this. Like, I'm cool with this. And the releases will come when they come, and because I want to do it right. I want to do it my way, and I want to do it right, and I want the music to actually represent, like, what's in my brain, and not just be like, because normally I would have been like, okay, right, I've got the SPEM show, so then I should release something a couple weeks after,
just to make it make sense and
follow
up and this.
Really?
And
that's the thought process. That's
sometimes, but I would definitely.
That's what I was being told. Like, people were like, yeah, well, because it's my first, it's like my debut show, you know. So then
you kind of want to make the most out.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I want people, like, if people look me up, like, I want there to be music out. Like, don't want to deal with all that, so I'm gonna do my show, and then
who gave you that advice?
People.
Who people?
Why you think that's bad advice?
Let me cuss them people one by one. Who people?
Name them right now.
I'm not naming anyone.
Nah. It's not bad advice though.
No, it is.
No, it's not bad advice.
It is.
It's not bad advice. Depending on your situation.
It's bad advice.
It's not bad advice, bro. If you're in a situation where you've been releasing for a while, right, and you've got releases coming up,
right,
something like this, you would want to leverage it, and you've already got release waiting to kind of drop.
Yeah.
For example, if I was doing tomorrow, I've got releases waiting to drop. I know, okay, cool. I'm gonna try leverage the show to collide with my release type of thing, like to make it make sense. But what she's saying is, she's got all the time she needs. She doesn't need to start rushing. If people enjoy you enough tomorrow, they're going to wait and be like, yo, when's that single? Even if it's next year, they're going to be like, yo, when's that? So it's not bad advice, but nah, it's not bad advice. It's not bad advice. It just depends where you are. And that's why I was going to say, like, I definitely co-sign new artists taking their time, because it's like, it's even like you said, one, no one's waiting for you. But even for me personally, the most freeing, like you said, and like quote unquote best music I made was when I was in my bedroom and no one cared about the name, you know, the whatever pack means in Scotland, but no one, you know, expected me to be on a show or expected me to hit some certain streaming numbers to mean that I'm like doing something, you know what I mean? It was just me and my boys, like, yo, I got this song. I sent it to them. They're like, yo, this is crazy. You know what I mean?
It keeps it so pure as well.
It keeps it so pure. Yeah. But the more you kind of go through this machine of the music industry, bro, if she had a manager, that's what the advice the manager would probably tell her.
And I would tell your manager that's bad advice.
You know, some managers have a vision. Some managers.
I'm speaking from 7 years of experience of working at a high level in music.
But some managers,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm speaking from, like, sometimes I do my opinions are crazy, but like I can only speak from my experience, and the reason why I would say that's bad advice is because of this, right? If you are gonna perform at a show, 9 times out of 10, what you're performing is your discovery anyway. Unless you have a new song and you're like, oh, this is something new I've been working on, let me know what you think. Then you tease it to the crowd. But if you're going to perform, you're performing a discovery. So if they like you, go listen to your discovery. You don't have to release anything, because they can literally listen to your discovery if you have stuff out already. If you don't have stuff out, what that means, the leverage is, oh, let me now post snippets of this on IG. People are going to listen and be like, oh, I want this. When you have enough people saying, oh, I need this now, it's like, all right, cool, I'm going to throw y'all a bone. That's the leverage. You don't need to release anything, because what it is it's the anticipation. Like, there's what's it called? You know, like, when you've waited, there's a point where you've waited for something for so long, you're invested in it, you can't back out. So you just see through to the end. That's the leverage. You get them you get them to the point where they're like, oh man, I'm so invested in this now, I don't want to back out. And then when it comes out, it's like, oh yeah. There's an artist I work with in the States, her name is Logan Woods. Logan's awesome. Logan sent me a bunch of songs. She does R&B. All the songs were crazy. Every single song she sent me, crazy. She said, yo, there's this song, everybody's doing it. I'm like, look, this is what we're going to do. We're going to keep teasing them with it. They're going to have to do this and this and this and this before they get the song. Everything I said, we did. She's like, yo, but they really want. I'm like, no. They need to do this and this before they get it. Once they've done this and this and this, and while we was doing that, we was doing everything on the back end. The mix was done, the master was done. She was planning photo shoot, release, so that gave her so much more time to not stress over anything, because it's like, we know the release, like while ready. She was teasing them, the mix was already finished, everything else was done already. The tease was to see how much people are so invested to see, okay, when this comes out, what's the numbers gonna look like. You know what I'm saying?
But see, this is the thing though, so for you, would you rather release music in the next 6 months, right? Or start teasing it for the next 6 months on social media? What type of artists do you feel like? Because someone could argue that's bad advice.
Yeah,
because not everyone wants to start posting, and that's still part of a machine. You're feeding the algorithm and like having to keep up with posting it for people, and not for everyone, right? But sometimes, like, advice that I've not been given, but I've heard is like, for a new artist, you're better just releasing a song and then doing promotion, because a lot of the time, new artists or kind of small grassroots artists like ourselves, you do so much promotion, then by the time you release it, no one really even cares. Like, people gas up, this is sick. But when it comes to release, who's actually gonna go and actually listen to it?
But that's why you see who's at the point.
Not everyone.
Who's at the point where it's like, man, it's like, you know, when you're in like, if you're in a line and it's like, oh, you got halfway to the line, you can't back out now, because it's like, if I go back, I have to start back from the end. But if you're halfway there, it's like, and I've made 50%, I can wait the other 50. Like, you're in that space. So that's the whole point of that. Like, and
yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's not even. I hear what you're saying, but for me, it depends on what kind of music you want to make. Are you trying to be,
and what type of artist?
Are you trying to be here today, gone tomorrow? Or are you trying to be here today, here forever? You know what I'm saying? If you're trying to be here forever, you take a longer way of doing things. If you're trying to be here today, gone tomorrow, you do it the quickest way possible.
No, definitely.
So then that would mean that, okay, after this show, let me release something. Because then once you release something, the hype is already up that everyone's going to be there. But if you wait longer, then you can actually build a core fan of super fans. Because I think the biggest point, especially even when I go to like meetings and I have all these conversations, it's like, no one is going to get an artist who cannot bring fans to a show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if it's like, oh, I'm going to release tomorrow and some people going to listen to it, I don't mean they've turned into fans. If I've kept you hooked this long, waiting for this, you are my fan. You are waiting for me to release. Whatever I drop, you are there.
I agree to a certain degree, to a certain extent. However, like even you were saying, everything is about timing in music.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can wait too long.
Oh, 100%.
There's been artists who were hot from a snippet they put online, and people were so buzzing for it.
Yeah.
They waited so long. By the time they dropped it, people kind of like, the buzz is dead. Like, someone's already dropped that sound.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't really care about it anymore, you know. But I also, of course, agree. Like, you should not rush. Take your time to just like.
Sorry. I'm not looking to release anything yet. I definitely, at the moment, I'm gonna focus on some live sessions. I'm gonna be running with some of my pals and like film the music basically and do it that way, because I like the visual, like I love the visual element as well of like when you release something and being able to have something to look at. So kind of looking at it more in that direction rather than just wanting to release a single. Because realistically, that won't be till next year, I think.
It's funny. She basically said, "You're both wrong."
no, but
I'm gonna do it my way.
But at the beginning, that's the first thing she said. She's
Yeah.
gonna do it my way. So
no, definitely.
I mean,
my thing isn't hard or fast. Like, no one has to listen to what I say. I'm
No,
just saying,
I see what you're
this
saying.
is just my, like, creation is subjective, and creation for me is like opinions. Everyone has a different opinion.
Yeah.
Right? So that's it. This is my opinion.
Of course.
That's it. Y'all ain't gotta. If you wanna come at me in the comments, bring a credit list bigger than mine, and we can have a conversation.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely like, I'll start teasing something eventually, but I'm also just like,
Shucks, I'm joking.
let me take my time.
Yeah,
you know?
definitely. No, take your time.
Yeah, man.
I've even said it to other artists, like kind of up and coming artists who maybe might ask me for certain advice on certain things. I'm like, just take your time. Like even my partner Kaya, when she started music, I'm like, yo,
she's amazing.
I'm like, but I just keep telling her, like, take your time.
Yeah.
There's no one like waiting for you like that. Exactly like you said, you know what I mean? Like you start building up a fan. She dropped her music the same way. When you drop your music, you have a little kind of fan base and supporters that they're like, yo, we want the next thing. It's always the fans. It's mostly the fans like, yo, when you dropping next? But but they just want content, especially nowadays when content is so like,
key nowadays.
Fast food, you know what I mean? It's just like bam,
so
bam,
key.
bam, bam, all
Like,
the
how
time.
do you retain attention? How do you keep people
Mm-hmm.
involved in what you're doing?
But that's even more reason to take your time.
I got really good advice from my partner, who's a musician as well, and he has always said, and this is kind of something that I hold in myself, like with everything I do with music, is I think we were having a conversation about jealousy in music and this idea that like you feel like some people get something you deserve, da da da. And he said to me, he's like, it's such a myth that there is a limited amount of seats at the table.
I love that, man.
Right.
Whoever. I love. Hey.
Shut up, Marcus.
Yeah. Hey, yo.
That there isn't, so you don't need to rush to
There's
get to the,
food
there's
for
no finish.
everybody.
There's no there's like this like mythological finish line that you need to. There is no finish line. Like if your stuff is good, and you're interesting, and you have some sort of vision, and it's just. If it's good, people are going to eat it up, no matter how many other people are also within the scene. There isn't a limited amount of space. So you might as well take your time to hone your craft and also become someone that people want to listen to.
Be authentic with
That's
it.
great advice.
Be authentic with it, because
Take it and run.
great music is like trying to catch a lightning in a bottle. It's like you just like some of the greatest hits. It's just the right people in the right rooms together on the right day, and it's like boom, lightning in the bottle. Like,
for sure.
and all the music industry is just trying to capture that lightning in the bottle every day. And like Motown got it the closest, because they had like a whole machine where it's like, yo, we just gonna drum in the same place, like, and it's like, yeah, let's keep, this is our machine. But like I think it's just trying to chase that Motown, trying to catch lightning in the bottle. But like it's gonna come. Like it's just, if you invest enough time in your craft, over time, naturally, you're gonna be better. You're gonna become closer at being able to catch lightning in the bottle.
I think also like it especially kind of helps with like authenticity, because there are so many people that like try to sound like other people because they see that, oh, okay, this particular sound's popping off, or this kind of aesthetic is popping off, or whatever. And that people aren't
works.
stupid.
Nah.
People aren't stupid. Like
listeners are really smart.
They
like, as
are,
much as
and they might not be able to like totally understand it. But they're
after
like,
a while,
after a while,
they get bored. Yeah,
totally. And it's because people are trying to sound like Ezra Collective. People are trying to sound like Highest Coyote. People are trying to sound like Georgia Smith, whatever. But they've done their thing because they've remained authentic to them. Ezra Collective sounds like that because they have played music forever together and they come from this particular space. Georgia Smith sounds like that because whatever reason.
Yeah.
I sound like me because of where I come from music and my experience with jazz and R&B and
Yeah.
Trying to sound like somebody else is the death of music.
And even if your influences, like you and I can listen to the same 4 artists, but the fifth artist we listen to, that's different.
Yeah.
Will change the way we sound. You know what I mean?
How we listen, how we hear music, what like, bits of music like stick out to you.
There's so many intricacies. But
totally. And that's what I mean. And that's what I mean when there's like more than enough. Yeah, there's food for everyone.
Yeah,
food for 100%. Everyone.
Yeah, I think that's a perfect.
We can leave it like that. We can leave it right there. There's enough food for everybody to eat. You hear me?
All right. So just before we finish as well, so with you being in M4 Fest tomorrow, we obviously kind of reached out to the head honcho. Bems himself,
big fella.
He's
big fella.
Yeah. He's blessed us with some tickets to give out. So I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna let you got the do the honors.
Wedding all of a sudden.
Okay. Right. So you just tap the screen and then there's
whoever it stops at.
Yeah.
That's the winner.
Yeah. Okay.
We're gonna announce it on IG and everything.
She's gone for it. I thought you were gonna give some suspense.
Oh my god, no! I can't. Oh, I can't look at it.
Have we got a winner?
What color is it?
It's red.
Red.
Safari?
Hey.
Red.
Congratulations, Safari.
Congratulations.
Hey, well done. See you tomorrow, babe.
Wow. No, yeah, just look. Make sure the screen can see. That's it. Yeah. There you go. That's the winner.
You see,
that's
bright
tough.
and early.
That is tough. Wow.
There we go.
Wow.
Oh yeah, that's good.
There you go.
Wow.
So
you seen this life? In this life,
life is good.
Sometimes third charm is not the charm.
Oh, no. Like, you're boying it. You're boying it.
Shut your mouth.
But guys, thank you very much. This is the end.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you for coming on.
This is a wholesome conversation, actually.
This is a really
very wholesome. Yeah,
this is one of our best conversations.
Yeah, very wholesome.
Yeah,
I'll be back anytime.
Got to see a bit in my brain, which I don't like, but hey, we here. We here. Wow. You know where we're gonna be next week, same time.
We're
gonna have another cool guest. Enjoy the rest of your Friday evening. I gotta go to London.
And Guy, good luck tomorrow.
Oh my god, thanks.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
M4 Festival tomorrow.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Catch you all.
Gonna be crazy. Y'all better find yourself
there. Hey, alright, sick. I'll see you tomorrow.
Glasgow, find yourself there 3 till
like 11.
Whenever it finishes.
3 till late.
Midnight.
Yeah,
late. Scotland's late is 10 p.m. Later, folks.